Good afternoon. We're going to go ahead and get started. We'll have a few folks that are making their way in. Welcome to the 90th annual meeting of the members of South Point Financial Credit Union. My name is Troy Diedrich, and I'm the Executive Vice President for South Point. It's my pleasure to serve as your meeting moderator today. For those of you joining us here in person, thank you for being with us. Your presence truly makes this meeting special. And a warm welcome to our members who are joining us virtually. We appreciate you taking the time to participate and hope that the online experience is smooth and informative as well. I'd also like to extend a warm welcome to our staff here today and those back in our offices, along with the members of our board of directors, our supervisory committee, and our community advisory committee, who many of them are sitting along the side. Your leadership and dedication continues to guide South Point forward, and we thank you for that. We have a few special presenters joining us today, including our board chair, Adam Seifert, and our president and CEO, Jay Gustanczyk. We look forward to hearing from them shortly. Before we get into our business meeting, I'd like to take a moment to recognize a very special milestone. I think it's pretty obvious to see that we're celebrating our 90th year of serving members and our communities. 90 years of growth, 90 years of trust, cooperation, made possible by generations of members, volunteers, and employees who believe in the credit union difference. To help us reflect on that journey, we would like to begin with a short video that honors South Point's 90-year story and the people who have helped shape who we are today.
This year, South Point Financial Credit Union proudly celebrates 90 years of serving our members and our communities. For 9 decades, our mission has remained clear: to empower people and enhance lives. Through trusted relationships, financial guidance, and a genuine commitment to one another. South Point has always been more than a partner to help you manage your finances. It's a place where people come together to support, uplift, and empower one another at every stage of life. Our story isn't defined by buildings or balances. It's defined by people who believe in this credit union, have helped shape our values, and carry its mission forward. Today, we're honored to share reflections from longtime members, leaders, and volunteers whose experiences reflect what South Point truly stands for. Their stories remind us that empowering people has always been at the heart of who we are. Here's what South Point has meant to them.
Way back when it was St. Mary's Credit Union, and I remember with my parents, high school, starting a savings account there. I went off to college. When I came back for work and I believe at that point it was South Point. And that's when I started an account here. Being that you are progressing along with the technologies, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the people that you have here, very friendly, very easy to talk to and work with, and it's always been that way.
In '96, we didn't have a computer. We didn't have, everything was done manually. And some member once asked me, "What's your goal?" And I said, "My goal is to get this place into the 20th century before we move into the 21st. And with that, it just kept snowballing with what we provided, and to look at it today, to see the technology that's in use, and from where we came from that time was been unbelievable, and very proud of it.
Well, South Point is truly a success story, and that's due to the management, the employees, and the membership. And that's very positive for South Point to carry on the mission that they're chartered to do.
I think our 90th anniversary is a great milestone of achievement. It is something we should be proud of, celebrate, and look ahead to the next 90 years of success. Looking ahead, as we grow, I see South Point striving to still be your financial home. We are investing in technology, products and services, people, and new communities. But we won't forget our humble beginnings and how our fiscally smart values and policies got us to where we are today. I'm excited about the future. I think changes will happen faster than ever, and we have to be prepared to keep up with the ever-changing market.
These stories are a powerful reminder of why South Point exists. For 90 years, we've had the privilege of empowering people to enhance lives, and that responsibility continues to guide everything that we do. To our members, thank you for your trust and allowing us to be part of your journey. To our members and employees, past and present, thank you for your leadership, dedication, and belief in our mission. It's because of you, South Point is more than just a credit union. It's a community built on empowerment, care, and shared success. As we honor our past and celebrate this milestone, we look ahead with pride, gratitude, and excitement, committed to empowering people and enhancing lives for generations to come.
Thank you for being a part of the cooperative over the last 90 years. At this time, we are going to begin our business meeting, and I'm going to invite Board Chair Adam Seifert to the podium to officially call the meeting to order.
Thank you, Troy. I want to welcome members to the South Point Financial Credit Union annual meeting. Today's business meeting will also be live streamed so that members are able to attend virtually. A note before we get started, following the business meeting, we will draw for prizes by random draw from the ticket you received in person when you arrived. I would like to call the 90th annual meeting to order. Pursuant to our bylaws, proof of notice was published in the 12/31/2025 year-end statement. Notices were posted in each branch office on March 16th, 2026, 35 days prior to this annual meeting. The notices include the date, time, and location of the annual meeting. South Point's bylaws specify that we need a quorum to conduct the annual meeting. Moderator and Mr. Secretary, based on the number of attendees, can you assert that a quorum is present?
I can.
Thank you. We'll move on to the approval of the minutes. In your packet, there should be a copy of the minutes. The minutes from the 89th annual meeting are included and are available on our registration website. The bylaws require that those minutes be read unless there is an approval to waive the reading of those minutes. I would entertain a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes and accept the previous annual meeting minutes as presented. Do I have a motion? Ash, do I have a second? And your name, please? Thank you. Christian. All in favor, say aye. Or type yes in the chat box. Motion carries. A report from the directors. Good afternoon. Today is a special moment for South Point Financial Credit Union. We are celebrating 90 years of serving our members and our communities. And in a bit of perfect timing, today, April 21st, is actually our anniversary. We are holding our annual meeting on the very day South Point was founded. 90 years ago, South Point was built on a simple belief that people are stronger when they work together. While much has changed over the decades, our purpose has not. We remain committed to empowering members and enhancing lives. This year's theme, Empowering Members and Our Communities, reflects who we are and how we serve. Every decision we make is rooted in doing what is right for our members and investing in the communities we call home. As part of our 90th anniversary, we wanted to celebrate in a way that reflects our cooperative spirit and thanks our members for the trust they place in us every day. Today, we are officially launching our 90th anniversary campaign. Buckle up, the 90th just got wild. This auto giveaway runs all summer long and brings South Point out into our communities with events, connections, and opportunities to celebrate together. While one member will win a vehicle, this giveaway represents something much bigger. It's a celebration of 90 years together and an exciting look toward what's ahead. In 2025, South Point experienced strong momentum. We continued to grow, remained financially sound, invested in technology, and expanded our outreach, while maintaining the personal service and local decision-making that define who we are. Beyond the numbers, our impact matters most. Over the past year, South Point supported students through scholarships, strengthened financial confidence through education efforts, invested locally, and volunteered across all of our communities. These efforts reflect what it means to be a member-owned cooperative. We don't just serve communities, we are a part of them. Looking ahead to 2026, our commitment continues to grow. Earlier this year, South Point announced new naming rights for the South Point Recreation and Wellness Center, reinforcing our investment in spaces that bring people together. As part of this partnership, South Point members receive a discount at the center, providing added value while supporting a vital community resource. As I close, I want to say thank you to our staff for their dedication, to our board, supervisory committee, and community advisory committee for their leadership, and most importantly, to our members. Your trust is the reason South Point is strong today and confident in the future. For 90 years, South Point's story has been written together. We are honored to be a part of that legacy and look forward to continuing the journey with you. Thank you for being a part of South Point and for allowing us to be a part of your story. I will now introduce the CEO, Jay Costanza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Dick, I'm sorry, no Ole and Lena jokes today, so I'll just get right into it. This year, as you heard, marks 90 years of South Point Financial Credit Union. 90 years of neighbors helping neighbors, families building stability, and communities growing stronger together. What I'm most proud of is the world around us continues to change quite dramatically, yet our purpose has not. Our purpose remains simple and unwavering, empowering people to enhance lives. Our success this past year and over the last 90 years is really a reaffirmation that we continue to live out that purpose. One that's attributable to the exceptional staff, people that make up the organization, the financial strength, the strategic vision and focus, demonstrating value to our members and their continued patronage. My name's Jay Gostanzik, and I have the privilege of serving you as the President and CEO of South Point. It's truly an honor to stand before you today and to share with you just a little bit of a reflection on this past year, celebrating what we've accomplished together and sharing where we're headed next. So let's take a brief look at what we were up to in 2025.
South Point's empowered me to kind of go above and beyond and provide for my family in the ways that I thought I never probably would any other way, and just gave us some financial freedom and helping us out with some great services.
If you want good service and you want the personability of a local business, then South Point would be your place.
If you want to get away from the big bank feeling and feel like you're a person that can talk to anybody either on the phone or via video and not have to make an appointment, this is the place you need to be.
It was a year of momentum. Rather than covering in detail everything we accomplished in 2025, I want to focus on 4 key areas that had the biggest impact: growth, strength, service, and commitment to community and community impact. Last year, we grew more than 1,600 people. 1,600 people chose to become new members of South Point. That brings us now to over 34,000 members. And that tells us something important. People see value and people trust us. So let's review just briefly some of the 2025 key initiatives. Last year, we expanded our field of membership from 23 counties to 30 counties. This allows us to grow responsibly, increases scale, and empowers more people to enhance their lives. Buffalo. Buffalo marks our 8th branch location and the first in the community of Buffalo. It represents access, convenience, confidence in the communities that we serve. The branch includes advanced technologies, which include interactive teller machines, which allows members to access and do transactions 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. For families today, and if you've watched the news at all, buying a home seems to feel out of reach for them. Prices have risen faster than incomes at any point today, more than in our lifetimes. This is just not a housing issue, it's a stability issue. At South Point, as a result, we chose to act. In the last 5 years, we've contributed more than $1 million in closing cost assistance to over 500 families to help buy their first home. These are moments of moral leadership, not finance. That really truly is the cooperative difference in action. We also believe that a strong financial institution means being a strong community partner. Last year alone, we hosted 13 South Point Budget City sessions, reaching 866 students, helping young people understand buying behavior, choices, money, and responsibility. You may have also seen the announcements that we've partnered with the City of New Ulm to rename New Ulm Rec Center the South Point Recreation and Wellness Center. We recognize well-being must include financial wellness, but also physical wellness. We are investing in and promoting whole life wellness. As a part of that agreement, as you heard from Adam, our members will receive a discount to help contribute towards their membership at the rec center. On screen, these are just, and I know it might be a little hard to see in the back, but these are just a few of the additional ways we display our commitment to community. As a relationship-focused community credit union, we give back, and the work that we do enhances people's lives. I see Joey and Christian in the room. In the past 5 years, or past few years, we have worked extremely hard to bring you additional services from somebody that you trust. The South Point Insurance Agency offers home, auto, crop, business, and other insurances. Thank you, Christian. South Point Investment Services has grown to be a trusted solution as well for your needs. Following Bob Skilling's retirement, Joey Warda has done an amazing job helping our members to grow their nest eggs. And lastly, Medicare Advisors. That was launched last year in order to help members with retirement and ensuring that they have the best Medicare coverages specific to their needs. Whether you're on Medicare today or you're looking at going into Medicare, take an opportunity to be able to review your choices, because our job is to help save you money. And this free service has proven to save many of our members over thousands of dollars each year. All of these services exist for one reason: to save members money and provide peace of mind. From insurance to investments to retirement planning, I'd encourage you all to take advantage of these services. Now, what you've all been waiting for, the financials. I'll try to be brief, but let me briefly touch on the financial health of the credit union. The simplest way to describe South Point's position today is this: we are growing responsibly, we are managing risk carefully, and we're consistently returning value to members. On some of the following slides, you'll see some comparisons to our peers, and our peers is just defined as other credit unions in the $500 million to $1 billion asset size category. So generally, since we're about $600 million in assets today, we're on the lower end of that scale. So we're comparing ourselves against some of the other big guys. So first, membership growth. Membership, assets, loans, and deposits all grew steadily, providing scale that allows us to reinvest better in service and also in technologies. I know the slide is busy, but focusing on the big blue line, as I mentioned, we grew to almost 34,000 members. We continue to grow membership at a much faster pace than other credit unions. And this is confirmation that we're continuing to meet the needs of our members in our markets, and our field of membership is also large enough to supply a stream of new members. It's further confirmation that our investments in growth continue to pay off, and we have the products and services and delivery channels necessary for new members to come to the credit union. South Point continues as well a strong and steady pace of asset growth. Last year, we grew $38 million in assets. That's not a small number, but over the past 5 years, we grew $100 million in assets. Amazing growth. And loan and deposit growth also follow a very similar growth trend. And that continued growth is really necessary as we ensure that we continue to add value, meet the needs of members, and also achieve economies of scale in order to be competitive in today's marketplace. All right, despite such strong loan growth, our asset quality also remains strong. Our peers, it's a lot stronger than our peers. It's a sign of disciplined lending and also strong member relationships. So our loan delinquency, we're on the bottom, the blue line. The loan delinquency number is really just a number of the loans reported as delinquent as of 60 days past due. That ratio shows that the current credit risk that's associated with the credit union is much lower than our peers, which is at 0.88%. The main reason for the jump last year from 0.13% to 0.5 or 0.45% is one commercial loan. And that has now been resolved, I'm happy to report. So we're back down in the low numbers again. So overall, this low delinquency demonstrates our effective credit risk management and the financial health of our members. Similarly, on an asset quality perspective, our net charge-offs, it's really just the actual ratio of the number of actual losses in comparison to the assets. The lower that number, the sounder management and credit risk is. This continues to be one of the strengths of the credit union. We manage credit risk well, and our deep relationships with our members ensures that they're well supported in their financial journeys. Unlike banks, I talked about this last year. Unlike banks, we cannot simply build capital by raising stock. We have to earn it over time in the value that is produced to our members and earnings and equity growth. So as we look at return on assets, that's generally how the credit union demonstrates its profitability and how efficiently the credit union's assets are being managed. Essentially, how we utilize our assets to be able to generate income. The rising rate environment certainly provided an opportunity for us to be able to increase our return on assets. At the same time, being slightly lower than our peers demonstrates to you that we're a low fee, no fee organization. We want to make sure that we're giving back to our members. And so we don't always want to be the highest return on assets. All the while setting aside enough for future growth opportunities. And operating expenses, which is really just a measurement of how we're managing our expenses as we continue to grow and invest in you and the credit union. So as interest rates in the last few years have risen, as well as inflation has risen, so do our operating expenses. However, we're much lower than our peer credit unions, which shows that we're still able to deploy products and services at a value without increasing our expenses. And net worth or capital. This represents all of our earnings going back for the past 90 years. It's the primary measure of the overall credit union's financial strength. This number can rise or fall with investments, borrowing to fund loans, or changes in the economic environment and changes in earnings. Overall, our capital is well in line with all of our peers and other credit unions our asset size. As we look ahead, our strategic focus remains clear and future ready. In 2006 and beyond, we're going to maintain a strong, safe, sound financial foundation. We're going to continue to grow membership and deepen relationships, remove friction from every single day banking, and invest in our people and our leaders. And lastly, build sustainable growth beyond traditional banking. You'll see this come to life in the next year through the expansion into St. Peter, continued innovation and investments in digital, and new tools that are going to make your financial lives easier, all the while not losing that personal service that you've come to know South Point by. And as you can see, this car did not drive itself into the building. That Ford Explorer right there is part of that 90th anniversary celebration and give back to our members. We hope that that symbol this year can continue to show the strength and the success of this organization and help celebrate in all of our communities. So all summer long, you'll have the opportunity to get chances to win. So look out for that car and look out for the next opportunity to get your name in the drawing. I mentioned St. Peter. So after growing the St. Peter market since 2015, we listened to member feedback. I think the first feedback that we received was, you should have a drive-through. I don't want to get out of my car when it's cold outside. So we listened to that member feedback. However, it took us a long time to find the right location. We finally found that right location in a very prominent, visible location in St. Peter. Right now, we're in the middle of the design phase, and we expect to open the doors hopefully at the end of this year or early next. One of the key initiatives that our team's really been working tirelessly on this year, at the end of the last year and this year, is enhancing our digital tools. Investing in both technology and the in-person experience like the St. Peter branch makes South Point truly unique. Whether you engage with us in person or digitally, our commitment remains the same: personal, friendly, and rooted in our core values. So we're excited about all the new opportunities on screen to serve you better. That includes enhanced digital banking features, an improved online banking experience, an improved account opening process that truly can take 2 minutes or less. Simple, quick, easy applications to be able to open accounts. Actually, before the meeting, somebody told me that they opened a CD online. So that was fantastic, and it was really quick. We also now have getting paid 2 days early. So you have the potential of being able to get paid 2 days early, depending on who your employer is or where your funds are coming from. So rest assured, all of the investments in this digital does not mean that we're still not high touch. We have 8 branch locations today. We are in the communities. We want to continue to serve you face to face and in person. However, if you choose those digital channels, we want to ensure that it's easy, quick, and frictionless. So like our investment in St. Peter, we will remain committed to physical locations as well. Before I conclude, I want to say thank you to our board of directors. We have 9 members on our board of directors. Thank you for your leadership and stewardship in South Point. To our supervisory committee for ensuring that the credit union continues to follow all of its financial obligations and making sure the credit union remains healthy and safe and sound. And then our community advisory committee, they provide us insights into what's happening in every one of our communities. They learn more about the credit union, and we learn more from them about how we can better serve you as members. And if you are interested in being a volunteer, please let us know. It's on our website. You can apply, or you can let any of our staff know if you're interested in volunteering. To our staff, thank you for your dedication. Every promise that we make becomes real through you. To our former staff and leaders who have joined us today to celebrate 90 years. We have very few special dignitaries in the room, one of which is our former CEO, Dick Nesvold. Thank you for coming, Dick. We also have other former employees that have been with us for many, many years as employees. We also have one outgoing employee who's been with us for 31 years, Patty Gold. Thank you, Patty, for your dedication and commitment to South Point. And finally, together, we're going to continue to honor our journey, empower our future, and build a stronger foundation for years to come. The next chapter of South Point will be written the same way as it was in the last 90 years, together with purpose and with an unwavering commitment to our members. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. At this time, there is no unfinished business. We'll move on to new business. The declaration of Board of Director nominees. In accordance with the credit union's bylaws, the nominating committee has nominated the following candidates for the terms that expire at the annual meeting. Mark Brueggemann for a 3-year term, Scott Supernaut for a 3-year term, and Ashok Goyal for a 3-year term. Pursuant to the credit union bylaws, these candidates, along with their biographies, were published to the membership via the December 31, 2025 member account statements. The statement inserts also included information on how members can be nominated by petition. The deadline for nomination by petition was February 2nd, 2026 at 5 p.m. As no members petitioned to be added to the ballot, and the number of nominees equals the number of positions to be filled, The bylaws authorize the declaration of each nominee elected by general consent. Congratulations to Mark, Scott, and Ash on your re-election to the board. Appreciate everything you guys do. That concludes the new business. Adjournment of the business meeting. All business reports and activities of the 90th annual meeting have been completed. I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Do I have a motion to adjourn? First, I got a motion by Dick Nesvold. Do I have a second? Jerry Hansen. All those in favor say aye. Motion carries.